first I was afraid, then I was horrified when a ghost tried to scare me one stormy night. But I spent so many nights with spirits in my house, I am strong. I knew I had to run alone, but now it's chasing me, and it's almost dawn. I just keep running, hoping it won't be too long. I should have charged my stupid crystals, I should have brought some sage with me. If I'd known this scary spirit was going to bother me. Oh no, now I am in the ghetto, I am in the hood. Just wish I could turn around now before there is some crazy gang war. You didn't think you would be chasing me this long a time. Didn't think I'd stumble, didn't think it'd scare me out of my mind. Oh, you're not I have strong thighs. I'm going to take this in stride. Oh, I'm going to be traumatized. Why did the spirit have to be negative? I wish I knew it's objective. I'll theorize, I will stay alive. It took all the strength I had not to fall on my face, trying hard to find a good hiding place. But I spent so many nights just talking to the spirits I used to draw. But now I'm scared out of my mind. I still see him so scary, but I'm not that scared little girl you thought I was. So you felt like chasing me and just expected to catch me. Well, I'm not going to stop running. Oh, someone please save me.
Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Today we'll be having a special guest. I hope you'll enjoy this topic. If you could take this time to share out this live, that'd be great. We'll be with you shortly.
I woke up and realized the world's on fire. That's when I laughed and poured a glass of wine, just staring at the TV, trying to find some meaning, hoping that I'll wake up from this dream sometime tomorrow. Well, the night came and went, not a damn thing had changed. That's when a tear fell from my eye. I thought, what are we gonna do? What's this world coming to? How can we change it? And how do we recover? The world's on fire and only we can save us. It's a heavy load. The road is long and we only begun to fight. We can't give in, we can't give up. We must go boldly into the darkness and be the light.
Hello, everybody. That was short. I'm like, what the hell is this happening?
I know, because I played a little of the song before, and then I played that. I'm like, do we really need like 5-minute intro? Yeah. I don't know. Hello to everyone who came in.
Yes.
Hi to Erica.
Everybody. Do not adjust your TV
Supernova, thank you for joining my channel too. And don't tell anybody, but you're my second favorite voice to listen to next to my boyfriend Danny. So.
Don't worry, I won't say nothing to Danny. Ain't that right, Danny? You didn't hear that. No, I'm joking.
I'm second favorite to him, so you should be okay with that. But yeah, maybe he'll be jealous.
I'll tell Danny, rewatch.
Yeah. Hi to Tired and to Jen.
Yes, hello everybody in the chat. My better half is over here on the couch. She's masked up because she has the C word, so to speak. And
She has the C-19.
yes, and but she's doing a lot better though today. A lot better. She's not going to be able to go bowling with us tomorrow.
Oh.
Like a song I wrote, "Sucks to be me."
Hi, Pamela. How are you, honey?
Hello, Pamela. Hello, Patrazi. How are you doing? Supernova, thank you so much. Toxie, I know you in here, tired. I know I seen you in here. Thank you guys so much for coming in. We really do appreciate you. We got a good one lined up for you tonight. Do we?
Yes, we
No.
do. Hey, Yvonne, honey. How are you, darling?
Spirit Stalker, what's good with you, fam? How are you doing?
Mm-hmm. And
So,
don't forget, if you guys would be so kind as to also, if you're on mine, don't forget to go by and check Eddie out and give the stream a like and everything, even if it's after. And vice versa, if you would be
yes,
so kind, come visit me and click the like and all that
yes,
good stuff. So
yes.
we decided to do it on both channels so you guys could, whoever doesn't know Eddie on my channel can get to know him, and
Right.
whoever does not know me on Eddie's channel can get to know
Exactly.
me.
We try to share. We try to do the best we can.
Hi, Kim. Yes.
Hello, Kim. Hi, low. I see you got your coffee. I got Jen's famous uh, lemonade. Believe me, it is so
I
good.
got my coffee, and then I got my favorite hibiscus ginger beer. It's really water with the ginger beer hibiscus flavor,
Hmm.
which I love. It's just carbonated water and like organic flavorings and stuff. So it's really good.
Ah, so it's
No fake
almost
sugars because I hate that crap.
like healthy for you
Yes.
in a sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, these are healthy. They're called Q mixers, and basically it's water with flavoring, so you can mix it with alcohol. But I don't drink alcohol, but I love these things.
That makes two of us. I don't. Well, I take that back. I do have my occasional beer, every now and then, but I don't overdo it. I don't go past 2 cans because I'm a recovering alcoholic. I've been practically sober. It's been what, about 20 something years since I
Hi,
haven't.
Natalie, darling.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
no problem, darling. Thank you so much for watching, honey, and for being here, Natalie.
yeah,
Um,
Natalie, thank you for being here, fam.
Once in a while, I'll have a wine cooler. Like if I really like on my birthday or something, I want to treat myself. I'll have a wine
Hmm.
because I can't afford the wine, but one wine cooler I can
Hey,
afford.
we drink wine too. Every now and then we'll have a glass of wine at dinner, and that way we can just sit back and just chill, watch a little TV, and just relax. The kids be in bed, and it's just me and Jen, and just sit back and chill. So yeah, we drink a bottle of wine. We got some in the fridge now.
Oh
That's
yeah.
just,
Like I said,
matter
I
of
don't buy the
fact,
whole bottle because I probably won't drink it and all, and then it will go to waste. So I'll
mhm.
just get one wine cooler. I like the Smirnoff, like
That's our daughter
ice
right there.
flavored. They have all different flavors. So when they have like the berry for like the 4th of July, I love that one. So I'll grab one when they have a limited edition flavor. Time to play TV. How are you,
Clay,
darling?
Clay,
Clay, so nice to see
Clay.
you.
Oh my God, Clay, how are you doing, bro? I am so glad you are here. Everybody, if y'all don't know who Clay is, you must have been sleeping under a rock. Other than that, Clay has a channel. His channel is still up. It's called Time to Play TV. Go by and check out his videos. This man is not only awesome, this is one of the nicest people I had ever met on YouTube,
Thank you,
and I have
Christopher.
yet to meet him. I'm
Oh
that's
yeah, go back. He has some fun. I don't know if he still has up the game nights, but we used to love the game nights. So you guys go by and check out the game nights that he
yes.
he had the live streams. They were so fun.
He
And
says,
he has a lot of cooking videos, so you can go
yes,
check those out too.
yes.
You guys are all blue on mine, and I think you're all blue on Eddie, so you can definitely just click on Time to Play TV and it will take you right to his chat.
Somebody blew on me?
With that being said, today we are reading Paranormal Reddit. I found some good ones for you. I made a
Yeah.
little video, but I figured, Eddie, why don't you read one first? Then we'll play the video, and then you can read the other two because the ones I gave you were pretty short.
My son Manny is clapping because Clay told him happy birthday, and he's back here clapping.
Is it
As you know,
Manny's birthday today?
yep, it's his birthday. He is
Oh,
26 years
Manny,
old.
happy birthday!
Yes. He is
Kisses to you.
26. You know, and Manny has a story on his own because when he was born, he was not supposed to be here. He was not. But God seen otherwise. You know,
That's
so
right.
even though he's nonverbal and everything, he is our golden child. I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world.
That's right.
Even though he has outbursts, I can handle
Yeah.
it sometimes. But other than that,
Most of the time, Jen
oh,
handles it, though, right? Hey,
Glenn, how are
Glenn,
you
nice to
doing?
see you, darling.
So glad to see you. He says, sorry I can't stay. Hope everyone is well and good. I hope you are well and good, bro. I really do
Oh,
hope so.
Glenn, I know it's late for you, isn't it? Darling,
Yeah.
have a great one. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes. Thank you, Glenn, for stopping by and just making yourself seen. And by the way, Clay, if you haven't, go by my channel, man, and check out some of the music videos I did. You know, and make sure you tell Kat I said hello and your wonderful kids, man, which I know they're not kids no more. But tell them I said hi. I've missed him. That's one person I really
Loading
miss.
hearts, everybody.
And I'm gonna eventually meet you, Clay, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have that cigar and conversation. That is going to happen.
Hi,
Mark my
Kyle. Good to see you, darling.
Yankee Cow, how are you doing, sir? So I am going to get ready to start reading this. Let me share this, and
Oh, yeah.
I pre-read some of this. Oh, this one's a trip, by the way. So
Oh,
I
good.
so
I try
huh?
to pick good ones, but, depends what they have on there.
True, very true.
Sometimes there's a lot of stuff and sometimes it's like sparse, but,
Right,
um,
but huh?
there we go.
I sure did. But this one is called Our Mimic Showed Itself. Oh, he nasty. He showed himself. You call the police? No, I'm joking. But anyway,
I know. Isn't that an offense somewhere?
now y'all gotta bear with me because, like I said before, I have to have cataract surgery in this eye right here. So I'll do the best I can. I won't go slow reading though, but I'll be reading it. And it says, we've been living in our house for almost 5 years. I'm sensitive to the paranormal. I hear and see things easier than my family does. Ever since we've moved into this house, I've had some weird feelings like I'm being followed and watched. My son, who is 12, this sounds like ours. Um, my son, who's 12, and I have been hearing a mimic. It sounds like us and our cats. Coughs, voices calling out to each other, even sneezes. We hear it mostly at nighttime. My kids are away on vacation with my mom, so it's just my husband and I at home. Tonight, while I was getting a shower, my elderly cat started acting strange. She puffed up and started hissing at the bathroom door, which I left open because it's just us. I kept talking to her and telling her to calm down. After I finished washing and rinsing my hair, I saw it. Through the shower curtain, I saw a doppelganger of my husband standing in the doorway, silent and emotionless. I said, Jesus, baby, you scared me. Nothing I was gonna open. Oh, yeah, 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 nothing. I was gonna open the curtain, but I was filled with this overwhelming feeling of dread. My heart started racing in my chest. I rinsed my face and calmed down, or to calm down. It was gone after that. I turned the shower off, grabbed a towel, and rushed back to my room, soaking wet. There was my husband, dead asleep. He wasn't even wearing the same clothes. I am completely freaked out. We've been hearing it, but we've never seen it. I'm scared that me speaking towards it is going to end badly. Cardinal rule: do not acknowledge it. I feel like I broke that rule. I had to vent this somewhere. That's crazy.
That is crazy, but I don't necessarily think. Obviously, it's been there for so long. Talking to it or not, you weren't acknowledging it, and it still didn't go away. It's not going to make it worse because it looked like your husband and you thought it was your husband.
Right.
I don't think it's going to make it worse. It obviously wasn't going anywhere to begin with,
I agree.
but that's just what I
Oh,
think.
that's that's something else, though. I mean, can you imagine that? You're with your okay. You're with Danny. He's
Yeah.
laying down. You're taking a shower and you're washing your hair, and you look in the crack of your doorway and you see Danny standing there, and you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, okay. Well, hold on, Danny. I'll be right there with you." And then no sooner you turn around, grab a towel, and go out, he's laying there snoring.
Yeah. Hey, Evie. Um, Well, you know, like I said, I think I told you guys last night, I had an experience where I was sleeping and it was morning. And when you're just kind of waking up, you didn't open your eyes yet, and you're like, oh no, maybe I'll sleep another half hour.
Hmm.
I heard my sister over me say, hey, Chris. And I'm like, whoa. And I jump up thinking, my sister's in my house. How'd she get in? Like, I didn't hear the doorbell. No, like, how'd she get in my house? And there was nobody there.
Wow.
Um, so, that never happened again. I mean, people yell in my ears, but they usually use different voices, not my family members. you know?
Right.
Um, but they might have not had a voice to use.
That's
The
true.
afterlife is a funny thing. Maybe they just grabbed whatever voice, to try to talk to me that they could. And they figured, well, she would answer her sister, like so. Um, but
Okay, you signed it. Okay, we need to get Des to sign this too. This is the card we got Manny for his birthday because he likes cars.
oh,
So we definitely got him that for his birthday.
oh, that's cute.
And Jen says she's sorry to hear what happened, but I didn't get a chance to read what happened. And Clay, I would love to have you come on one day and we could have a conversation, talk about your channel, what you were doing with your channel. You know, I want I'm a I want to scroll up. Give me a second here, Christina. I just want to scroll up to catch this message from Clay because I did not see it. I was too busy learning how to read.
Regina, how are you, darling? It's good to see you.
And Jackie, thank you for so much for being on both channels. She said,
Jackie, you're fabulous. Thank you so much.
You are simply marvelous. Don't let nobody tell. All of you guys are. You are
Oh,
simply
yeah.
marvelous. You really are.
Eddie and I, not to be,
Nosy.
saying anything about anybody else, but Eddie and I have the best followers there are, let me tell you. Hey, Tam, how are you, sweetheart?
You and Kat are not no more. I'm sorry. I didn't. Well, of course I didn't know. I am so sorry. I'm sorry, Clay. But I just know one thing. I am going to meet you. That you better believe. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make that happen. And I still want to sit down
Oh,
and have a
Tam,
conversation.
thanks for jumping around to both channels. We appreciate you.
Hello, Tamara. Thank you for jumping around. That's what I do. If I was to run for president, I'll be doing a lot of that, getting that practice in. My fellow Americans, as your president, that way the guy's sitting there, he won't stand still.
I'm glad you're feeling a little better, Regina. Okay, so do you want to play the video next and then you can read the other two
You
after,
know what?
or?
I'll do that because I was going to do the other Reddit, but you know what? Let me change that. Give me a second here. Let me get off of that.
Oh, yeah, we'll
I'm gonna
change
go
it
to
around.
Yeah, I'm gonna just change it around, and I'll go on ahead and do the video next.
He said he has a cigar over there anyway.
Oh, that'll work. That'll work. Make sure it's cigar, not cigar weed. I wish I could do that, but I don't have glaucoma.
Yeah.
Let me grab this. Oh, is this the one that's this is a video?
Oh,
Is this because this is
a
like it's a
video.
photo? Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I think I got the wrong thing. Hold on there. My bad. Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, is this a video? It says a photo, but what do I know? Just because I got glaucoma, I mean, cataract. Oh, here's the video.
I
Okay,
sent it after the pictures, yeah.
pause that and let me put this over here and I will share the screen. Okay, let me share this bad boy.
I'm just going to sit here and look pretty and wait for you.
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to let it last. I'll let it last a little bit longer so that everybody can get a little good look at you.
And that's what Christine
There you go.
SpongeBob.
In terms of the SpongeBob, 2 hours later. Okay,
Thank you for the
here we
birthday
are.
wishes for Manny.
Yes, happy birthday, Manny. And this is, I'll go on and play.
Tonight, we'll be reading paranormal Reddit experiences from r/paranormal. Our first story comes from Sid's45. Strange photo taken at the grave in Papua New Guinea. This photo was taken in Papua New Guinea and posted on Facebook about a week after a man buried his wife. While looking at the photo, I noticed something unusual. On the man's shoulder neck area, there appears to be what looks like an adult hand with what seems to be red nail polish. It could be the daughter's hand wrapped around the neck from behind, but the shape, texture, apparent size doesn't match. And what looks to be red painted fingernails make it resemble an adult woman hand to me. I also noticed that the lighting and shadows seem consistent with the rest of the photo, so it didn't strike me as an obvious editing artifact. I'm not claiming this is paranormal or that it's proof of anything. I'm generally interested in hearing what others think. Is it just an optical illusion, a perspective, the child's hand, or do you see something unusual as well? And the OP just states that the image doesn't belong to her, but it's going viral, and she reached out to the person to get more information. And here are the pictures that the OP posted. So I have it from a few different perspectives. You let me know. What do you think it is?
Oh, yeah, pause it on that.
Story number
Oh,
2.
Yeah, my bad.
yeah, pause it on the picture so everybody could see what she was talking about. There you go. There you go. Yeah, like that doesn't look like the kid's hand. Hey, Michelle, darling, how are you?
Hello,
I don't know
Michelle.
what you guys think.
Yeah, because I'm unless he's training them early to wear fingernail polish.
Yeah,
Uh,
because if you go back to the picture before, you could see the kid's hand, and it doesn't look other hand, and you could tell that it's not the same hand from the little girl.
right, and plus the fact that there's a ring on that finger too.
Yeah. So, or at least like a tattoo or something. She's right. The texture is like off. Now
Yeah,
they're at his wife's grave, who just passed away. Could it be his wife's hand? It could be.
it could be. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Good catch. I mean, it's very plausible, but I'm wondering though, what if that's a little girl? And there's a reason why I say
Little
that.
girl, even if she had red nail polish, look at the size of the hand on the neck compared to her other hand.
But look at her shorts. They have those like doily lines on them.
Yeah.
Boys don't wear doily line.
No, they said it was a daughter, but
So no, you know what? No, that hand's too big. It's too big.
that's what I said. Look at the size of the other little hand, and it doesn't look like there's red nail polish on her little fingers. So
Right.
it is odd, right, Supernova? It's a weird one.
That is a weird one.
So,
So that's
alrighty, let's see.
yeah. We'll go to the next one.
Yeah.
You let me know. What do you think it is? Story number 2 is from Dyslexic Leonidas. My brother was recently traveling in China and was going through his photos when he noticed this in the sky. Didn't see anything when taking the picture, only saw it later in review. Looks humanoid. And here are the pictures. I also zoomed in on them. So you guys let me know what you think it is. Dirt on the lens or
So here's the
something
pause.
more?
I thought it was.
Our next
I thought it was a carrot. Let me go back because if you look at
It looks like a cat. Well, I don't know who would have a carrot on their hand, but that looks like a right hand, not a left hand. True. You're very perceptive on that, Clay. He's right. He said even that hand on his shoulder doesn't look like it's the little girl. It looks like the way it's positioned is a right hand and not a left hand.
right. I mean, yeah. You are so right.
Yes.
I was just looking at this carrot or whatever this is in the. I mean, look at it.
Yeah, so he said that was in the sky, but then we were like, it was it in the sky? And people were wondering, or was it on the camera? Or like what was it? Nobody knows.
Okay, hold on.
It could
Nobody.
be dirt. It definitely could be. I don't know. But if it was dirt, I think it would have been closer up because if you go to the picture prior to that, and I'm not so good with technology, but if it was dirt, would it be so far away up? Like dirt would be like if a piece of dirt was on my camera lens, you would see that before you saw anything else. It would have to be the smallest speck, and then I don't know if you would know. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
because if there was on my camera a piece of dirt, it would take up the whole frame. Not. So I don't know.
What do y'all think in the chat? You think it's dirt? You think somebody threw up a carrot? It could be a bomb.
Looks like it's in the sky. Yeah, it does look like it's in the sky, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. It could
I
be
mean,
like because it's far away. It could have been a plane. It could have been a what do you call those things? Drone, and
right.
it just distorted because when you zoom in on the picture, of course. But so it could be one of those things, an airplane flying through the clouds or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Jim thinks it's a decoration. Um,
Hmm.
Supernova said looks like a missile fall. That's why I said it could be a bomb.
Yeah, it could be a deflated balloon. True, Tam. Yeah, it could be any of those things. Like the balloon was deflating. It was one of those balloons with like an Elmo balloon, you know, those shaped ones, and it like deflated and it's coming down. Be any of those
El-
things.
Elmo. La 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 la.
I can't do Elmo. I sound more like Minnie Mouse, they tell me.
Elmo.
Right,
Well,
Pam. Yeah, that could be too.
we'll
It's
close
an
this.
interesting one too, nonetheless.
In on them. So you guys let me know what you think it is. Dirt on the lens or something more? Our next story comes from Becca Whitaker. This happened years ago, and to this day, it's one of the strangest experiences my family and I have ever had. My husband and I were driving our 4-year-old daughter to her grandmother's house in Massachusetts so we could take her out to dinner. We were on one of those quieter back roads that branch off from the main part of town. It was not extremely rural, but it was not a busy road either. It was still fully daylight when this happened, so darkness or poor visibility doesn't come into play here. As we were driving, all three of us saw something standing partly in the road, closer to the edge than the center. It was not blocking traffic, but it was definitely standing in the road rather than safely on the side. We have never been able to explain what we saw. The weirdest part is not just what it looked like, it was how difficult it is to remember. When I think about it as a whole, I can still picture it fairly clearly in my mind, but the moment I try to focus on specific details or describe it to someone else, the image seems almost to fall apart. The details become blurry, and it is increasingly frustrating
Be right
because I
back.
know what I saw. It is a very strange feeling that I never experienced with any other memory. My husband has described something similar when he tries to remember it. From what all three of us can remember, it was roughly the height of a tall adult, probably 6 feet tall. It was completely black with no distinguishable facial features. It had long black unkempt hair that looked matted or locked together in thick strands. I don't know if they were dreadlocks, severely tangled hair, or something else entirely, but the hair is one of the clearest physical features I can remember. Its clothing also didn't look right. It seemed to be wearing multiple dark layers, possibly including something like a long black trench coat. But the layers didn't make sense. It's pretty hard to explain. They did not hang naturally or look like normal clothing layered on top of itself. I remember looking at it and immediately thinking that something about what he was wearing was wrong, even though I still can't explain exactly why. The best way I can describe the overall impression it gave me is that it felt like whatever it was trying to act like a person. I'm not saying that that's actually what it was, that was the feeling as I was looking at it. It seemed almost human, but something about it felt fundamentally wrong. Then there was the umbrella. It was holding what looked like an old broken umbrella upside down with the canopy open. It was not simply carrying it or dragging it. It was pushing it back and forth along the pavement as if it was trying to use it like a vacuum cleaner. I know how ridiculous that sounds, but that is honestly the closest comparison I can make. It looked like someone repeatedly moving a vacuum across the floor, except it was using an open, broken umbrella upside down in the road. As we drove past it, its entire body slowly rotated towards our car, not just its head, its whole body. The movement was slow, deliberate, and unlike anything I had ever seen another person do. I do not remember seeing eyes or even a face, but I knew it was looking directly at us. The instant it turned towards us, both my husband and I experienced something I still cannot explain. I have been scared before. I have been startled. I have been in dangerous situations. This was not any of those feelings. It was the most unnatural sense of dread and immediate peril I have ever experienced in my entire life. It felt primal, as though my instincts in my body were screaming that something was profoundly wrong. It wasn't the thought so much as the overwhelming feeling that hit us both at the exact same moment. The strange thing was that it never chased us, never moved towards us, and never did anything outwardly threatening. Yet the feeling remains one of the strongest memories I have to this day. What finally broke the silence was our 4-year-old daughter in the back seat. In a calm, matter of fact voice, she simply said, "That wasn't real." Neither of us said a word to her. The sentence snapped us out of whatever we were feeling, but it is also what has made this experience stick with us all these years. We have talked about it many times since then. The details remain frustratingly difficult to describe, but the core memories never change. The
Hi,
fact that
Kelly.
it happened in broad
I just said hi to Kelly.
Oh,
daylight, the roughly 6 foot figure, the long matted hair, the clothes that somehow looked wrong, the feeling that it was trying to act like a person. The broken, upside down umbrella being pushed back and forth like a vacuum cleaner. The slow, full body turn towards our car, and the overwhelming feeling of dread. I have searched online over the years and have never found anyone describing something quite like this. I also recently finished a drawing and painting of the entity. I do a lot of artwork as a hobby, and I realized while working on it that drawing what I remembered was much easier than trying to describe it verbally or in writing. The memory seems to become fuzzy specifically when I try to force it into words. When I think about it more passively or let myself draw without overthinking it, I seem to be able to access more of the memory. That being said, the artwork is not an exact rendition of every single detail. Some things I genuinely do not remember at all. For example, I added shoes because the image needed them, but I have no memory of what his feet or footwear look like. The clothing was also incredibly difficult to draw accurately. I remember very clearly it looked like it was wrong. It was made up of several dark layers, but the exact shape and arrangement feel almost impossible to hold on to long enough to recreate. What I drew is the best representation I could make based on what I remember. Even with those limitations, I do think the finished artwork is a pretty close rendition of what I saw. The overall shape, posture, hair, clothing, the upside down umbrella, the way it moved is all fairly close to how I remember it. I plan on adding to this artwork gradually. It seems I get small, fleeting moments of detailed recollection that seem to disappear into a haze the moment I try to focus on them. Has anyone ever heard folklore, an urban legend, or even have a personal story involving something similar? Let me know. The
oh,
OP included her artwork
The
that
picture.
she did of the entity. So, what do you guys think it is?
So pause. Oh, yeah, pause on the picture. That
yes.
was a longer one, but that was she really was trying to get it out. And that's the picture of that she drew.
It's actually a nice picture.
Yeah, but I mean, I never seen anything like that or heard anybody talking about some man vacuuming the floor, the road with an umbrella.
Well, I will say one thing. That would be a heck of a umbrella that can also vacuum, multitask,
Yeah, multitasking umbrella. But
soak up the rain.
if I saw that while driving, I would have hit it. Oh my god! Well, they didn't know. Hey, Janelle, they didn't know if it was a person. I mean, technically, I guess it could have been. But the way
Mm.
it moved its whole body around, not just its head, the way it moved unnaturally. Why was it in the street? Like all that was like okay. Um,
Wow,
but
that's
the
crazy.
fact that it's hard to remember. Um, the fact that even the child saw it and was like, "No, that's not real." It
Hmm.
must have had some kind of crazy look.
But there are paintings and pictures that people say are haunted, and I've been watching them, on YouTube. People will buy them at, let's say, like Goodwill or a yard sale, and then get them in their house, and all of a sudden, all kinds of crazy stuff happen.
Oh yeah,
And I've been reading, or watching stories about that. So
yeah,
it could be folklore, it could be real. I mean,
yeah. I
today,
mean, a lot of things can get an attachment.
oh yeah,
So I'm definite for sure. I remember I went to because I could feel if there's energy in something, right? But I saw this cross and I really liked it, this little cross. So I had grabbed it for when I was in Long Island for my office. Uh, when I grabbed it, it didn't have anything attached to it. Once I brought it home and hung it on the wall, it had something, and I so something literally from the thrift store was like, "Oh, she's taking that. I'm going with her," you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
attached to it. So those kind of things happen too. Not necessarily the painting. It was the entity was like, "Oh, I'm going home with them. They seem nice," you know.
Oh yeah. Um, that's interesting. Was that it? Was that the last story? Let's see.
I
T. So, what do you guys think it is?
I think it's my brother-in-law.
that is the last story. You
Wow.
have
What did you
you
think?
have more though.
Huh?
You have two more to read though.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Now on Sunday, guys, there I actually added two more really short stories with photos, and then I added my own photos because one of the last little stories that I added to that one, um, literally was so close to mine. This photo that he took that I put my photos in there too. So that would be interesting. It looks like the Undertaker. Yeah. So um yeah, so definitely go by my channel on Sunday and watch the Sinister Sunday because it will be those Reddits plus some more and plus some of my own pictures that someone took because they said there's something with you and took pictures and they ended up catching it. So it was interesting.
So here's the next story. It's called My
You
Shadowy
wanna you wanna sorry, I gotta add it to the stage. Give me a second. There you go, you're all set.
My Shadowy Friend. And in parentheses it should have Ed. Okay, so I will be brief, but in my house, I always had scary things happening. But since a year ago, I got a World War II German artifact and something came with it. I am a big collector and heritage of everything in my museum, and I sell nothing. So when I got that gun, things started to escalate. And one night, me and my wife saw something. We decided to, I don't know what he's trying to say here, purify. I think he meant purify the house. When we were doing that, a lot of things happened. And during the ritual, uh, there's no periods. This guy just wrote with no, I guess you're supposed to talk forever, you know. And I like to do the cha cha like a sissy girl. But
They're like me. I just when I'm talking into like text, I'm like talking blah 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 blah, and I hit send. The
and
talking text doesn't put periods and shit for me. It's just like one run-on
yeah,
long paragraph.
no stop. You just keep going like the rappers do. Just keep going. But anyway, let me go back to where I was, where I got lost. Oh, a lot of things happened, and during the ritual, I was sweating profusely, which he meant profusely, and I was dizzy and super tired. That night, that's the only part he had a dot dot dot. That night, I paid, we meant made, a dream. I'm gonna start reading it the way I see it. Hell with it. Uh, hey, a dream, clear as day. I saw the last moment of a Bachstrom kid being killed in Berlin. And if y'all know what I'm talking about, you let me know because I'm just going by what he wrote. And in he explained to me that he was failing at peace. I'm sorry, failing at peace with me, and he was there with me the next day. I looked and I shit you not. This makes so illiterate. That thing was in fact used by the Volkstrom at the very last hand of World War II. Since then, I feel like he is protecting me. All the scary and threatening stuff stop. So if he was protecting me and my family, I see him often and interact with me via electronics and remote control appliance. He is not threatening. He is just my otherworldly, shadowy friend. But am I going crazy? Is this something even possible? And should I be worried he is lying and has bad intentions and that I need to go back to school because sixth grade was the best 15 years of my life?
Yeah, right, exactly. So basically, guys, he brought home a German World War II artifact, and there was something with it. And this this entity started talking to him and telling him about his life and that he was killed in Berlin, and he was he's like not really at peace, and but he stayed there and is like the OP isn't afraid of it. He's really like, oh, I feel like this protects me. So I don't think that's crazy. I think that I can't say that's crazy because I talk to my spirit guide. I talk to
No,
people who come by to cross over. So I can't say he's crazy. It's
right.
totally normal. Hey, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. But you know what? I think he did pick up something. And
Oh,
one
yeah.
of the things he said is that he don't sell nothing in his museum.
Yeah.
So, and it might not have even came from that. It could have came from something else that he had collected. You know,
It could have came with a patron. If it's a museum and people are visiting, they could bring along somebody with them, and that person, especially if they're a World War II vet and they're going to a museum with all like historical stuff to do with war, yeah, he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm staying here. This is great." you know?
right? So, yeah, I think he brought something home, and
Oh yeah.
he doesn't know really what the intentions are. He thinks that they're protecting, but it could be mimicking. So
Right.
got to be careful what you pick up.
Yeah, yeah.
You really got to be careful. I'm gonna
You
share this
really do.
one, and some people just, I mean, I'm like that too because I like to go. Me and Jim, we love going to yard sales and picking stuff up. And now though, we bless them. We get the
Oh yeah,
whole
you have to bless it before anything, definitely.
yeah
Or
because you
well,
don't know what
or at
you
least cleanse it with some sage.
boo. That's what he says. Boo.
No, that's his screen name. Hello, Boo.
Hello, boo. Wait a minute, is that your boo?
That's not my Boo. Is it your Boo?
My boo right here on the couch.
There you go.
Supernova said, we seen my stepdad hanging around the house after he took his own life off
Oh,
and on until the house burnt down. I should say he built the house by hand, but after never felt or seen again. Wow, I'm
oh yeah.
sorry.
Well, because now the house burned down. Can I ask you a question, my darling? Did the house burn down? Did you guys build something on that land, or did you not? You left that land altogether because basically spirits can even if the house isn't there, he can still manifest that he's in the house. That's his final resting place. That's where he's staying. So he'll be in that house on the way it is on a different timeline. You could build another house there, and people might see him like walk through a wall, maybe by accident or whatever, because the way they built the house isn't the same or something.
Right.
But he won't. Yeah, he's just staying with the house. So yeah, we bought the land and built the house. Oh, there you go. We bought it a trailer, and we never felt him there again. Yeah, so he probably is in that house the way it was on a different timeline. Because he's like, no, that's my house.
Right.
You know. So interesting. Yeah.
Yes, it
Sorry.
is.
Go ahead.
No, no, no. You fine. Here's the last one. Am I seeing things? The house was quiet. My three pets were snuggled on the sofa with me, and I had the urge to take a picture down the hall. Needless to say, a shiver ran down my spine when I zoomed in. Any ideas on what that is? I live alone, and yes, strange things often occur on my property, but I've never captured a picture like this. My room is navy blue, but there's nothing on the wall there. There's an additional post and details down below. Sorry, I got blurred. So,
Yeah. So if you, I don't know if you could zoom in on that picture and then you could see what's down the hallway. No, it's down more. You gotta zoom in. Can you zoom in, or you want me to send it to you like
yeah, you might have to
prop?
send it to me because I can't. Let me see. Can I zoom? No,
Zoom in on there.
it won't let me zoom.
Okay.
You mother sucker, you. See,
Yeah.
I said sucker, not the other thing.
See if we can crop this.
Yeah, you gonna send it to me?
Yeah, so I sent it to you on Messenger. So maybe
Okay.
now, because it's a picture, you'll be able to. I don't know.
You don't know. Oh, you gotta know.
You should be able to zoom in on it, or I mean, you might have to download it, but it might be.
Well, you know what?
Might be.
Maybe I'll download it. Okay. Let me get it.
Yeah, I think if you download it, Messenger doesn't really let you zoom in too much.
Okay. So I went on ahead and downloaded it. So I'm gonna share this.
Hmm. So yeah, it's gonna be like okay, add stage. Okay. So
Wait, I got the
right
wrong.
after that, like bluish light, if you look really close, right on the side of the refrigerator, there's a guy there.
Wait a minute. You know what? I shared the wrong thing. I I
Oh,
I, I got the one I want to share. Let me redo that. Because I just what I did was I downloaded it to my
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
so this way. Oh, what you mother? I gotta put this back over here. No, I should not have to.
You know what? To a lot of people, supernova, the peace is to be right where they want to be, right in their house that they loved and built, right in, to them, that is their peace.
Is this showing on your end?
Okay, add stage. Yes. Okay. Now you can zoom in. You see him
I
there in
do.
the shadow?
Yep,
Yeah, there he is.
right there. That's crazy. That's a good catch too.
Yeah. When you have that feeling, you gotta take the picture.
Yeah, that's what I do too when I'm at cemeteries. If I got a feeling, I take a picture around me of where I got that feeling and see if I can catch.
Hmm.
Look at that. That's crazy.
Yvonne, you're better than me. I won't even spend. I know they say $1 in a dream, but I won't even spend $1 on the lotto. I'm not lucky like that.
Hey, Yvonne, you want to spend 150 and lose it real quick? Bring it over here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just donate it to mine and Eddie's channel. We'll split it.
Yep, we'll split it.
Coffee.
It's a win-win for us. That's
That's right.
look at that.
That's a good one. Hmm.
That is a good one. That's a good catch.
Um, yeah, I could probably read a Reddit right off of there. Maybe there's a new one. Let's see. Paranormal Reddit. Go to Paranormal Reddit and we'll see what's going on. Is there anything new?
Is there anything old? Is
Five
there any?
hours ago. Newest one.
Hello,
Is a
Christina.
very
Welcome to the chat.
Christina. So this one's kind of long, but we'll read it. Here we go. There's no pictures, so I'll just read it. You guys let me know what you think.
Plan.
Terminator, this comes from Redditor Terminator J. Years ago, me and my sister saw something. I still think about it decades later, looking for input. So I might delete this post, but I wanted to use my real regular account to show that I'm a real person, which is kind of important nowadays. As the title says, both me and my sister saw something that night that stuck out with me for decades. It's honestly something I think about most every day. However, it's something I usually do not talk about or even think too deeply about. But for some reason, I keep getting the urge to post about it here. So here we go. Hi, Dashlyn. Let's get a few things out of the way. I do not have any history with, substances or any mental illness in my family. With that out of the way, this event happened when I was 12, just before turning 13. So I definitely wasn't old enough to know uh, what I had or, anything, have any of those problems or didn't even know what I was seeing. So this is what happened. I was sleeping, but woke up to the feeling of my blankets slowly getting pulled off of me. I pulled them back and I yanked it up violently, only to have it yanked back as violently as I yanked it up because there
Wow.
was some slack. Since I was sleeping on my stomach, I then turned over and I was getting ready to sit up. I saw two figures in front of me on the wall. Note the word on the wall, which we'll get to later. As soon as I saw them, it became very hard to move, even though I had no issues rolling over just prior to that. And I couldn't scream, no matter how much I tried. My head was filled with this high pitched noise. The two figures just looked at me, and it seemed like they were communicating with each other, but they never moved any closer. After what seemed like an eternity, I struggled to pull the blanket over my head, and I laid perfectly still until I finally fell asleep. I was terrified. That seemed like my only option at the time because I was way too scared to even attempt to run past them. Now, here's where things get more weird. Firstly, the house it happened in was a brand new home. Secondly, the two figures were identical and they were only from the waistline up. The two figures were also completely flat, hence the word on the wall. So it was like a shadow flat to the wall,
Mm-hmm.
like 2D projection. As they communicated, there was a slight shimmer, for a lack of a better term, almost like static. Even their appearance looked almost projection like. all white with a soft, blushy glow. No real distinctive facial features, but very dark areas where the eyes would be. In fact, the face looked more like a mask than human. What's more odd was the feeling I had as I looked at them. It wasn't fear, it was a feeling of I shouldn't be seeing this. As I said before, the event hit me so deep that I tried not to speak about it often, even though I thought about it very often. But one day, many years later, well into adulthood, and a long time after my family moved from that house, me and my sister are at my dad's house, and we started talking about how that house must have been haunted or something. She tells me some of the odd things she saw in that house. Then I tell her about what I saw, and she practically finished my sentences when I started talking about the figures, that they were only waist up and completely flat. Very particular details that I've never heard about in any ghost story or other paranormal stories. She said it was also something that she thought about often. We weren't able to tell if it happened on the same day, but we definitely saw the same thing. If anybody has any guesses to what the actual F this was, I'd like to hear some of the theories. Through the years, I've tried my best to justify it away from many perspectives, but the details are just too specific to fit any rationalized explanation. Ooh, what do you guys think of that one? Brand
Wow.
new, fresh off the presses.
That's wow.
That almost sounds like aliens and not spirits. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? That's what I was gonna say. That don't sound like spirits. That sound like she might have seen an alien.
Because the way she said it's a projection, it could very well be that they were outside and they projected themselves so that they could see her,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like a two-way projection. You know, they got technology like crazy.
They do.
So like it was like they used the wall as like a mirror to see her, the bounce off reflection back to them. So the reason why you only saw half is because they were probably at a console on the ship. Okay. That was my thought right away, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. Hey Patty.
How you doing, Patty?
Um yeah.
That's interesting right there. That was
Hmm.
really interesting. What do you think?
That's what I thought. I thought it was aliens on a ship who projected like this image because they were using the wall as a mirror, and
Mm-hmm.
so that they can, so the reflection beam can, so they could see what was in the room.
Right.
What happened, little Patty? Your sister passed away. Oh my
Oh,
God, I'm so sorry to hear that, Patty.
I am so sorry to hear that, Patty.
I'm so
You have our deepest condolences. If there's anything we could do for you or say for you, um, just know that she's in a way better place than this. And God bless you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell her right now because I know her spirit is hanging out with you until it's time to go. Even after you go, if you're looking for coffee and stuff, I got here. You can come visit. We'd love to meet you. I
For
always
sure.
leave coffee and food out for the spirits. I got cupcakes out for them now. So
Yeah, let's put some prayer emojis out there for little Patty, and we pray for you, and we pray that everything comes out all right for you. Just know that she's in a way better place than this, and let them be tears of joy because she is going on that next journey that we ourselves are going to be seeing eventually.
Yeah.
So that's why I say don't take today for granted. Go out and enjoy this life because you only have one. Make the best of it.
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
was
Patty, I'm sorry, sweetie.
she's with you,
Um,
Patty.
my chat also, because we're streaming on both of them, so my chat are sending you prayers from Christina, from Erica, Patty.
She's with you. She's with
Yeah.
you. Long as you still have her here and here, she's don't even think of the word death. Think of it as sleep, and that she's
Hmm.
transiting over. You know, so my prayers to you.
Yeah.
But
So what
that
do you
was
think? Should we read another one?
sure if you like.
Let's see what this one says. Oh, it's another. Well, that's too long for me to read. We'll be here all day.
No, no, find some that's
We don't
shorter.
want it too long.
No,
You know, 1 hour ago. Wait, how long is it? Oh, this one's a good sized one. Here we go. This one comes from Gentleman 2015, A Possible Haunted House. Our old house that we had moved from 2 years ago. To this day, we moved there in 1989. And um, even though it was built new, I felt that it was haunted. I suspected after doing research early on with what little knowledge people had back then about the paranormal, in 89, obviously, and parapsychology, that there was a possible portal in the house because I would experience stuff on and off. Most times I could go long stretches with feelings, with no feelings or experiences. Then randomly get a cold spot near no vents, but never feel it again. Other times I would see outlines of people on our basement walls late at night. Then sometimes those would vanish, then weeks later be replaced by different shadows. Be replaced? It'd be different people on the wall, okay? I had noticed some late nights there would be shadows moving around in the dark in the foyer, by the front door, which I have a clear view from the door, and I had these intense feelings that they had noticed me, and I wouldn't go downstairs. Um, so all the lights were turned. I would turn on. I would turn on all the lights before I went to sleep. The foyer, the kitchen, the dining room, living room, family room. They had to be on. I only felt watched when the rooms were dark. Other nights I would feel nothing and just walk down, uh, and it would be okay if it was dark. I have night terrors. I also had night terrors in that house. Sometimes waking up with bleeding scratches. Just a lot of strange things I can't explain. Now, my two biggest moments was the one time back when I was comfortable enough to sleep with my door open. I heard a voice that sounded like my mom calling me from somewhere downstairs. Hearing that, I bolted straight up in bed, having no idea if what I heard was real or was a dream. That's when I heard it again, and it just sounded like it was coming from the basement. That's the night that I made up my mind never to sleep with the doors open, my door open or unlocked again. And it never happened again. So I was absolutely and completely alone in the house, by the way. I was sitting on my bed, no radios or TVs on any place in the house, and I was reading Edgar Allan Poe. That's not a thing to read. And you have ghosts in your house? But to each his own. Anyway, now I was very much absorbed in what I was reading, as I love Poe's writing. Yeah. Yet I was pulled out of it by a very, very faint whispering voice that said, "Hi," and nothing else. Now, when I say faint, I mean just inside the human range that allows you to pick up sound. Yet I heard it clear enough to hear that it was one word alone. Day to day, week to week, the energy in that house seemed to change so much. So sometimes when I was alone, there would be nothing, and other times I could hear small things like a random loud banging sound coming from my parents' bedroom, and I would only hear it when I was home alone. When there was carpet up there, it just sounded like a thud. After they put in hardwood floors, it sounded like something brass was being dropped. I had checked once when the floor had carpet, and once when the floor had hard wood, and I never found anything that fell anywhere in the room. At some point, I would like to connect with the new homeowners and ask them if they ever noticed anything odd or strange. Since, like I said, we moved out 2 years ago. Um, I really wish I would have had a paranormal investigator go to that house, and I'm just really wondering what it is. Can it be a portal?
It could possibly be, but without like she said, if she had someone to investigate it, she'll never really
Well,
know.
you know what? To me, she said, they said it was a newer house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was a new building. So just because the building is new, what was there before it? Why was it new? Was there a fire and people died, and it was just multiple people that were in like this apartment building that passed away? Was it
Exactly.
was it a burial ground before, like, and there's people buried under there? You don't
Exactly.
know
Right. You don't know. So that was my next thing. What was there before? You
what was
know.
there before, right?
So you
Because
don't
the
know.
land could have had, like where I was in Long Island, and there was so much activity, and I always wondered why. And the spirits had said to me that the area where I lived was a slave house, and the main house burned down, and the slave owner, his wife, the wife's friend, and like a sister-in-law or something,
Mhm.
all passed away in the fire, and they were still there, like roaming that area.
Right.
So, but when I look it up, because history, how the government is, they don't want to tell you anything.
Exactly.
I have to talk to a real historian. But when I look it up, they're like, "Oh no, there was no slave houses in Bayshore. There was one in Lindenhurst, but we didn't have any slaves in Long Island. Get the fuck out of here! You're telling me lies now. You know, everybody knows this. Like, but they try to play it off like, they try to erase history, which is
Oh yeah.
not what we do.
Yes. They,
And the spirit won't let it, and probably why so many of them are at rest. Not at rest, unrest. Is that a word? I don't know.
right.
But that's
Under it.
why so many of them are like that, because, like, like I went to, I did a live stream, and I gotta get, like, I would like to do live streams again outside, but I really need to get like special mics and stuff if I do it on my phone, because basically I went to this place because I read this article about hidden cemeteries in New York, right? And supposedly, where they built what do they call that? Public housing, like
Mhm.
for people like that don't have a lot of money.
Section 8.
Uh, yeah, like they built these houses, like they call it the project.
Yeah. HUD.
They built these houses, these projects, and there was a cemetery there because that whole area near that water, was oh, you have to eat, Patty. You go get a sandwich, darling.
Yes, go get a
Um,
sandwich.
yeah, there was this. The whole spot was owned by this, and they said their names. And when they said their names, I had looked it up later, and it was true. These people owned that whole land, and they had a big farm, and they were like the first people who settled in that part of Astoria in Queens, right?
Right.
And because that's where you'd come over, over the water, and then you'd settle. Anyway, so they had a family burial plot. Well, they knocked everything down. They took all their tombstones and they put one big rock, not a historical marker, nothing. Nobody knows that in their courtyard they have all these bodies buried.
Wow.
So I went there to see this big rock and where these bodies were. And I
Mhm.
went there and I started doing a spirit box with Danny. And all they wanted to do was like, because all these big projects, they were like, is the water gone? Where are we? And I'm like, you know what? Walk with me. I'll take you. The water's around the corner. And we walked them around the corner. And I was talking to them. I was telling them, oh, you had pigs. I go, I love the painting pigs. And they're like, pigs don't paint. Like we were having such a conversation. They were such nice people. But the poor things are just there, and nobody gets to visit their graves or nothing because nobody knows they're there. They're just buried in the projects now with no historical marker, nothing. Why would you do that? It makes no sense to me.
How you doing, Tired? And hello, Boomer.
Hi, tired. Hi, Boomer. I missed you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go back. My grandson calls me, and I'm like literally on the phone with him like 5 hours a day. And I get so caught up watching him run around and playing because that's the only way I can see him. That you
Mm-hmm.
know, painting pigs. What an intro! Hey, Rev. Yes, I love watching the pigs paint. Anyway, I was telling these people who are um, I believe they said they were like mid 1800s was when they settled there. Anyway, they had a farm and so not only did I tell them about the painting piggies, I took out a video and I showed them. I'm like, look at the piggies painting, and they're like, that's crazy. Like, who would make a pig paint? Like it was so funny.
Well,
Anyway,
old McDonald had a farm.
I know he.
E-I-E-I-O. I'm sorry, never mind.
Oh yeah,
So I said, breathe, Eddie, breathe.
yeah. But that like I would like to go back there and see how they're doing. Um, Yeah, and I know there must be more places. Can you just imagine if there's just like a little these family plots? Like I think I did a video. Charlotte had a web reverend. Um, that because like I did a video too. Maybe we could go there live. About they had this community garden
Hmm.
because there was a historical house on there, but it just they didn't maintain it and it fell apart. So they made it a community garden, but in the back of that house, um, from the 1700s, there was graves, family plots in the backyard. They left the plots um, in the community garden, so you could at least go see their graves. And I did a video on that. Yeah, there was a lot of motion on the. There was all this weird stuff going on there too. Yeah, a
I
lot
got
of
a
weird
question
stuff.
for you. Would you eat vegetables from that community garden?
But oh yeah, I've seen them. I see them planted and everything else. Yeah.
Would you eat from there?
Yeah. Oh, you mean because the graves are there? But the graves are in one section and it's in another. Anyway, the spirits probably blessed it. What the hell? Come on.
Yeah, until you get home and you start eating, all of a sudden you got crazy stuff going on in your house. Like, what was that?
Well,
I'm
they
not.
still have it open after all these years, so I guess nothing, nothing. Anyway, I went there and I crossed them over. You know that shit. Anyway, I don't leave no man uncrossed, or woman or child either. But anyway, anybody who needs help, I help.
Oh, I know that. Yes.
You know that I help everybody.
I have seen dogs pee on it. Now, hey, here's a question. If you had a garden, now that she mentioned that, if you had a garden and you have cats, a cat colony that will constantly come over and pee in your garden, would you eat those vegetables?
Yeah, I'm gonna soak them in vinegar first, and then I'm gonna eat the shit. But funny enough, you say that because in my backyard, I have strays, groundhogs, raccoons, all sorts of shit. I planted, I got those big, humongous planters, and I planted in them so they're off the ground. I planted tomatoes, all sorts of shit in these big, humongous planters so it wouldn't be in the dirt.
You have all sorts of shit? What kind of shit do you have?
Tomato shit and pepper shit and basil shit.
I used to get
No.
on that. Boomer would always end the sentence and say, he would say, and shit. And I
And
go,
shit.
really? Yeah, that
That's
and
a
shit.
that's a New York thing. Boomer says it, I says it.
I was eating some potatoes and shit. You was eating potatoes and shit.
No, whose shit was it? The potato.
Every time, because there's so many people I'd be hanging around, and they always have to end something like that. Like our mechanic was, he was like, "Man, I was over this girl's house, man. Man, she was making me some food and shit." I was like, "She made you some food and shit?" He was like, "No, man." I said, "Well, you just said that. You eat
Yeah,
shit."
now taking it literal, boy.
I did it to tired. Yeah. She
I
said,
think
"You see shit." I go, "You see shit?"
that.
What kind was it? Was it
It's
like
a
a
New York
seaweed?
thing, definitely. Yeah.
Did it look like peanuts? What kind of shit was that? I'm sorry. I play with people's
No,
words. I tell people, choose your words carefully around me.
yeah. Hmm.
It's a New York thing.
Definitely.
I know, Boomer. But see, I can do that to Boomer and get away with it because we've known each other long enough. Anybody else, Boomer, go off on the ass.
What you said.
I wouldn't want to look back on the toilet and see my shit. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it was.
That's what it was.
You seeing shit? Interesting. You doing a documentary? The Shyster.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, Boomer, did you do some music though today? I'm gonna go back and watch them all.
He sure did.
I really love your music. Yeah. Oh, Eddie. So next time you see him, remind me because YouTube isn't doing its job anyway. But he just started streaming again, so it will take a second for the notifications to kick back in, I guess. But
Hmm.
yeah,
Full colon checkup.
um,
I think that's one of the reasons why I'm afraid to go to a doctor. I know I gotta get that done. But I don't want no man
I
sticking
know
that.
I was supposed to too. I have all the stuff. It's probably bad now because I have it for over 6 months. But I got the medicine and everything to go do it, and I never did it because I was like, I can't have coffee. Go screw yourself. Like, if I'm not having coffee for 24 hours, I might kill the doctor. I said, no, I can't do that.
Colon
We
mental.
cannot go do something like that on no coffee. I don't get. And they're like, you can drink coffee just without milk. I go, who the freak drinks coffee without milk? Crazy people.
Huh? Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta give Manny his medicine. Jen can't because she can't touch nothing.
Yeah, medicine and shit.
Yeah, you stay back from me. Don't
Hmm.
come near me. I'll be
So
right
while
back.
he's over, yeah. So while he's over there, I'll read another. Maybe I'll try. We'll read another short Reddit story. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Is there a short one? Oh, this one seems short enough. So this one is from Present Target 541. Who was the man in the tuxedo? I always believed in spirits and ghosts. Never seen one until today. My mom brought us to Canada after 8 years of living with my aunt. She bought an old house. Everything felt normal at first. Oh, until that day, because I was 13 when this happened. He was 13. When my younger brother and I shared a bed, dark maroon curtains. When the sun hit, the room turned reddish. One morning, I awoke because my brother woke up and went downstairs. It was about 10 a.m. I fell back asleep. Then I woke up again because I felt it. I had that feeling when someone stares at you. You know that one. I looked at my feet. A dark figure sat at the end of the bed, staring right into my eyes. But he looked angry, like I did something wrong. His look is shadowy, but I could still see his attire a bit, and he wore formal clothes, a tuxedo. I was half asleep, so I closed my eyes. Then my brain went, what? Wait, what the hell was that? I looked up again, but it was gone. But I wasn't the only one. My younger brother and my older sister, and even my father, all experienced something in that house. So who's the man in the tuxedo? Well, it could be anybody because you know how spirits are. They just he came back from a party, didn't make it home, and was like, "Well, this place is good." But I love when they share all their stories about what they see. It's so interesting. No, I don't want to be dressed to be a guest in the woods, a ghost in the woods. Yeah, you know, I think it's nice though because the spirits tell me that you can dress in whatever you want. So I remember even sending Mary a photo. I because you could choose like how you're gonna look as long as it was some point in your life. So I took this photo. My ex-boyfriend, one of my exes, took the photo of me, and I loved that photo. And I looked the best. I was like in my late 30s, so it wasn't like I was young at that point. But it was one of my favorite pictures ever, and I loved the outfit, and I just looked very sexy and cute. So I sent that picture to Mary, and I said, if you see a spirit that comes to you looking like that, it's me.
I was gonna say
So
this.
say hello because it will be me. So, you know,
The dude that you
funny
seen,
enough.
was he looking in a mirror? Was he drunk? You know, looking at the mirror at himself, going, "Who the hell is this? What are you doing in my house?"
He was a 13-year-old boy. I hope he wasn't drunk. You
Hey,
never know, though, but,
it could
hey.
it could have been Tennessee tuxedo. Come along, Chumley. Where are you going to today, Tennessee?
Yeah,
Just saying. When you're
just
drunk,
say.
it can be anybody.
It could be anybody.
It's funny when you're drunk. When you are drunk, what you want to say to people comes out your mouth the total opposite. You ever notice that? Like
Yeah.
you see somebody and you say, "Hey, man, how you doing? Nice to see you." But when it comes out your mouth, you're like, "Hey, motherfucker, what the fuck you
Yeah.
doing? Get out of here."
And they're like, "What is he saying?"
Yeah, what is he saying? I
I
said,
I'll send you another one to read too, and we'll just kind of. I'll
I
send
was,
you a little one.
I
How
was
about that?
doing oh shit. Okay.
You feel like reading one more? Don't read it drunk though.
I did that to an officer once. Played like I was drunk.
Why are you trying to get yourself arrested?
It wasn't the smartest thing to do. Did she?
Oh, thank you so much, Spirit Stalker, for
Yeah, thank you so much, Spirit Stalker. Yay! Hey, we love you too. And that money is going straight to the Special Olympics. Hey,
uh,
that's okay. If you was to come down here, you will be taking your husband a prize in about a week. And he'll wonder, how did I get this? I wasn't around anybody. And he'll look at
mhm. Don't be bringing the tea home with you.
it. Thank you so much, Yvonne. We really appreciate that. We really do. And I'm still waiting on my Reddit.
I think I sent it. Did you get it?
Did you? I didn't get it yet.
Yeah.
Let me look on it again. Let me check.
No,
Nope, I didn't get
not
it.
yet. Okay, let's try it again. Gosh darn shit.
Doggone
Doggone it.
it.
Technology and shit.
Eyes will be waiting. I hear crickets.
You hear crickets?
No, I'm joking. It's
Oh,
so
I was
quiet.
gonna say. Oh, how about I do it a different way? How about I go to you and put add file? No picture. Okay, here we go. Look, what about now? We did it a different way.
Yes, I
Uh,
do got it this time.
oh, yay!
Hey, let me switch this over
No,
here.
you did it.
Huh?
If you get a chance, this is a story from where I live. Oh, okay, Supernova.
Oh, really? Brings out newspapers bed. Oh,
All
I
right,
was
we'll
my
let
bad.
him read that, and then I'll read yours.
Okay, yeah. Let me read this, and then we will read you. And this is a man who was transparent and white colored was staring at me sleep. Why you have to be, why couldn't it be black colored? Oh, because then he would be called a burglar. Anyway, I sleep in a dark room and my whole house is dark at night. So I highly doubt this was a light projection. As described in the title, in the best way I can describe it, I saw a man figure hovering above my face and staring at me. I only saw him for about 5 seconds before he seemingly blended back into the air. Does anyone know what this is? This startled me. I could see this facial feature or structure and features because of how bright and close he was to me. If anyone could provide possible context or explanation to what this could be possibly be, I'd appreciate it. I think what she seen was it could have been the owner of the house.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow. Yeah.
Hmm? What did you say, Rafe?
Well, I love how people who don't really deal in the paranormal are like, oh, what is this? There's a million spirits on this earth. Why should I know who that one is? You know?
Right. You
Did he
know,
tell you his name? And then we could look him up, maybe. You know, come on.
Tell me what this is.
yeah, tell me what this is. It's your imagination. Oh, it was just
No,
my
but don't you think, like, am I wrong? Like, I'm like, maybe because I've been doing paranormal so long, I get so many in and out of here from all different ages, to all different, time periods. Like, it could be any fucking buddy, you know. Who is this? I don't fucking know who it is.
I was reading what Kevin said. Kevin said that happened to me once. A drunk was like, "Get out of here." I'm like, "I don't want a beer." He goes, "I mean it, man. Huh? Beans with flan?"
Oh, is it a YouTube video? Okay. So you're gonna have to play that one from him. I'll send it to you.
Okay. Let's see. A video from me. I bought a bunch of land in the hills, and people were telling me about this. So I looked it up. That YouTube has a couple parts. Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so let's see. I sent you the link, so it'd be easier for you to open up from there, right?
Yep. Would you send it to my messenger?
Oh, Messenger, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, Supernova? Like, unless I read the story and the spirit's like, it's me, and tells me their name, I don't know. Could be anybody.
Okay, I'm gonna share the screen.
Alrighty.
And
Hopefully there's no music, so
I'm gonna play just a hair of it, and then I'll find out
yeah.
if there's any music on here. So let me do that first, because if there's any music, I don't want you to get hit.
Yeah, just skip it. They're not gonna say music when they're talking, but if there's an opener music, I don't know if it's theirs, so just skip their music and then we'll start at the story.
So let me bypass some of this. Is this a story or? Oh. Okay, so let me.
Created by Red Oak Mountain and Red Oak Peak. Yeah, I know, not very original names, but we are simple people here. Life is starting to return to my mind, body, and spirit. While eating breakfast at a local diner on an early Thursday morning, I overheard a conversation with the diner owner and a customer that I knew was a farmer, but I didn't know him all that well. The farmer was saying that he had lost several head of cattle over the last week and a half. He mentioned that he didn't know who or what was doing it. The steers were almost 900 pounds apiece, and it was like they were killed and carried or drug away. He said he followed the blood trail down to the creek, and it seemed like whatever did the deed washed the steers in the creek and drug them down to the creek in an unknown direction. The diner owner, Mr. Roberts, said, "Walked?" "Yes," said the farmer. "I could not find any place where anything came up and out of the creek, and I checked about 300 yards up and down that creek." "Wow, really?" said Mr. Roberts. The farmer nodded to affirmative. I went over and introduced myself to the farmer, Mr. Johnson. He said he remembered my parents and that he was glad someone took over the farm. I asked where his farm was located, and he said it was a mile west of the intersection of State Highway 82 and east of 1395 Road. I said that was about 3 miles as the crow flies from my place. I told him that I would keep an eye out, and we exchanged phone numbers. I excused myself, paid my bill, and left. Later that afternoon,
So it's a whole
Chief
story.
of
This
Police
one's 30
visited
minutes.
had been for about 9 years, only because no one else wanted it. He had 2 full-time patrol officers and 1 part-time officer. He was out on his morning patrol, as he normally does at this time, and when he got a call from the dispatcher that a resident had requested an officer to come up to the residence on the southwest part of town that was north of Highway 270. Upon arrival at the caller's property location, and after making contact with the resident, he and the resident walked the property and the small pasture that contained a pond. After walking with the resident, the chief made a discovery of a drag path that led to the pond and then down into it. As he further investigated, he found a drag path that seemed to come out of the pond at the west end of the pasture, and what looked like something heavy had been thrown over the property fence. Jumping the fence and telling the resident Mrs. Crawford to stay on her property while he looked around, and he proceeded to follow the drag trail. It led to a small wash gully that flowed down to a creek. It appeared that something of size had been dragged down the wash and eventually into the creek, and both had standing water in them. It should be noted that the ground in general was dry. It had not rained in some 18 days, but these creeks always seemed to have water standing inside the stream beds. Walking along the bank of the creek, the chief could plainly see the drag trail on the creek bed, but there was no evidence of tracks of whatever was doing the dragging. He surmised any tracks would be obliterated by whatever was being dragged over any tracks that were made. The chief then came to a large, under-the-road concrete culvert that was big enough to drive a pickup truck through, and with the standing water made it impossible to get into the culvert without getting wet up to his thighs, that about 3.5 feet. He radioed into the Latimer County Sheriff Department and asked if Deputy Young could give him a call. After about 5 minutes, Deputy Young was on the phone and said he would start out in his direction. About 45 minutes later, Deputy Young and Reserve Deputy Taylor had arrived. They made their way back down to the culvert, and Deputy Young had his waders on and proceeded to step down into the water. He walked about 20 feet into the culvert when his foot bumped into something and his flashlight lit up the area. And, to his shock and surprise, the head of the horse was floating in the water. He must have let out some kind of noise because Deputy Taylor asked if he was all right. "Hey, you okay, brother?" he said. "Yeah, man. Something is seriously fucked up in here," Deputy Young exclaimed. "What is it?" said Taylor. "Hold on, I'm looking," yelled Young, trying to keep his composure. And Deputy Young searched the rest of the culvert and all the way down to the railroad bridge that paralleled Highway 270 and found nothing else. Upon retrieving the head of the horse and laying it onto the bank in front of the chief and Deputy Taylor, Young looked into the chief's eyes and said, "Whatever did this had to be really fucking strong because, well, it looks like it was torn off the animal, not chewed, but torn."
I'm glad I'm not the only one who says
I
that
looked
word.
down to the railroad bridge and found nothing else of the horse or sign of what did it. This is fucked up, he added while shaking his head back and forth. About that time, Deputy Ellis arrived and he had heard the call and thought he would see what was up. "Hey, Danny, what brings you around?" said Taylor. "I just started off my day and..." His eyes fell onto the horse's head. "Jesus H, man, what the hell?" said Ellis. "Your guess is as good as mine," Young exclaimed. The chief filled Ellis in on what had transpired, and Ellis said, "You know, I took a report about a week or 2 ago from a farmer up north of town about some steers that were dragged off and, well, went missing. I think the name was Mr. Johnson or something like that." "You think a mounted lion could do this?" said Young. "Nah, cattle this size is too big, I believe," said Ellis. The next morning, Old Man Thompson was a fixture around these parts at one time, where he owned a sawmill and lumberyard. But as time went on, the businesses faltered, and well, Old Man Thompson ended up homeless and destitute. He took up residence in the Fair Miller Park on the south side of town. He was kind and polite. Nothing ever seemed to bother him. Local residences and churches would bring him food and medicines from time to time. It's just the way small-town America worked. He had a small tent/plywood shed in the southeast corner of the park, out of the way and not visible unless you were looking for it. And technically, it wasn't even in the park, It was located just outside the park, in the field, right on the creek bank. One Thursday morning, Mrs. Donnelly had baked some cookies and bread, and she was going to take them to Old Man Thompson. When she arrived, it was about 7:30 a.m. She parked and proceeded to walk towards the area where she began to call for him. Her calls were met with silence. She walked closer to the area where she could see his shed, but when she drew closer, she began to notice that something wasn't right. The shed was in disarray, and part of the lumber planks were ripped down, and parts of the tent were missing. She walked a bit further, and she stepped in something mushy. She looked down, and it was a mass of bloody intestines that were still fresh. She screamed and dropped her baked goods, and as she turned to run, she was struck by a 3 to 4 inch rock right to the right side of her chest, knocking the air out of her lungs. She fell to her knees, and while trying to catch her breath, she noticed something moving in the creek, about 150 yards to the east of her. It was dark in color and seemed to be walking on 2 legs, and it looked like it had something in its hand that it was dragging, and something appeared to be in its mouth. But then she realized that there was something closer to her, in the creek about 30 yards from her. It was dark like the other, but it seemed to be bristling with anger and excitement. It was looking right at her. She urinated herself, and this thing had a large frame for a body, and her face was elongated, like a baboon, but the thing that struck true terror into her was the eyes and the teeth that it bared. And within seconds it had lunged at her as she was scrambling up the 25-foot sheer creek bank. Mrs. Donnelly jumped to her feet and ran as fast as she could possibly go to her car some 80 yards away. Lucky for her, she had left her keys in the ignition. Because she had dropped her purse onto the ground back at the creek bank, she started the car and noticed the monster peering over the creek bank at her and the car, and then dropped back down into the creek. As she sped away, ignoring stop signs and any speed limits, she drove north onto Main Street. She bumped across both sets of railroad tracks and ran the stop sign at the intersection of Main Street and Highway 270. A dangerous move under any circumstances. As she drove up to the police station, she jumped the curb and smacked into the building with a loud thud. Within seconds, several people were helping her, and she broke away from them and ran inside the station. The dispatcher, Mrs. Kelly, was just settling down to take over her shift when she heard a bang on the building that shook. And in short order, Mrs. Donnelly, who she recognized, was running and acting very much out of character for herself, entering the lobby screaming, "Oh God! Oh God! Mr. Thompson is dead! Oh God! Help! Help! Mr. Thompson is dead!" Mrs. Kelly was doing her best to get her to calm down from being hysterical and scared out of her wits. "What happened, Mrs. Donnelly? Karen, what happened?" Mrs. Kelly said in a calming type voice. Mrs. Donnelly looked at her with a glazed look and screamed, "Monster! Monster! Goddamn monster!" She took 2 steps back and collapsed to the floor.
Godzilla, Godzilla.
Mrs. Kelly then called for the EMTs, and that's short for Emergency Medical Technicians. And when that call came across the chief's radio, he was at home finishing up on the report of the horse's head, listing it as an animal attack on livestock, for insurance purposes. He hit save on his computer and grabbed his equipment and jumped into his patrol car and drove off to the station. While en route, he called in all units to meet at the station. When the chief arrived at the station, the area was busy and active with emergency traffic. He went into the station and saw that the lobby was in chaos. And there was a gurney and with somebody on it. The 2 full-time policemen were there, Officer Benjamin and Officer Janice. He went up to the dispatcher, Mrs. Kelly, and asked what the heck was going on. And she explained, and after a careful and delicate interview with Mrs. Thompson, he called Officers Benjamin and Janice over to him, and then instructed them to go and have a look around the park, and then in no uncertain terms advised them to be careful.
I love that he just
The
throws out
officers
the
arrived
curses.
around 11:30.
Huh?
I love he just throws out the curses and the way he's reading the story and his voice. It's fabulous.
He's throwing out the F-bomb like he's in the military. I mean, F.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like what the hell is going on? And he reads the story just like I taught.
Yep.
a.m. When they drove up to the parking area, they observed tire marks and peel-out scars on the gravel. As they came to a stop, they got out of their vehicle. Officer Benjamin smelled a faint odor of what smelled like rotten dead meat mixed with shit. "You smell that?" said Benjamin. "Whoa, stinks. I've never smelled that around here before." Officer Janice winced. "Hey, let's take this slow, Mike. This feels weird," Officer Janice added. Both were veterans. Benjamin, a Marine of 2 years, and Janice, 3 years, U.S. Army Cavalry Scout. They slowly walked towards Mr. Thompson's shed and called out for him several times. As they drew closer, they observed a basket and a yellow purse on the ground near the bank of the creek. They got closer, and then they saw the gut pile and blood trail. They both drew their sidearms almost simultaneously. The odor was more intense, and as they were standing next to the gut pile, when from down the creek to the southeast, they heard a wailing scream and a splash in the creek, but could not see nothing else out of the ordinary. "What the flip was that, Pete?" Benjamin said starkly. "I don't know, Mike. Damn, this just doesn't feel right," said Janice. Chief, you need to get out here to the park," Officer Janice said on the radio. "Why? What's going on?" the chief said. "I would rather not get into it on the radio, sir," Officer Janice replied. "On my way. Chief out." The officers scoured the area, and they found that the shed was barely standing, and the amount of blood that was sprayed and slung around was, well to say, the least impressive. Whatever happened here was a one-sided fight. As the officers searched the scene, the Gugway pack made their way down the creek, headed east-southeast back to their new nest. When they walked through the large under-the-road culvert, dragging the body of Mr. Thompson, they observed a tractor moving in a field to the south of them. They stopped and watched as Mr. Baker got off his tractor, not much more than 60 yards away from them. 2 of the 7 Gugway went into attack mode and began to stalk towards Mr. Baker and his tractor. A series of clicks and tongue pops from the Alpha, and the 2 advancing Gugway stopped and held their position. Mr. Baker was working on his tractor when his head shot up and he started looking around like he was trying to get a sense of what was around him. He returned to his tractor cab and retrieved his .30-06 rifle while looking around some more. He leant the rifle next to him against the tractor tire and went back to working. The Alpha then chirped. The 2 pursuing Gugway returned to the group in the creek. Then the group of Gugway proceeded down the creek, past the lagoons and farmhouses and barns, back to their nest for a meal and a nap. When the chief arrived, he was greeted by his officers, and they informed him of the situation in the area and asked if he wanted them to call this into the sheriff's department and the OHP, and that was short for Oklahoma Highway Patrol. He responded, "No, let's wait till we have something to report. We need to know what we're dealing with." He called the city maintenance to close the park and barricade the entrance. Then he called the local funeral home in which the owners were the city morgue operators. They arrived within 15 minutes, and he instructed them to photograph and document the area and collect any remains of the victim. "What do you think is going on, Chief?" said Officer Benjamin. "I'm not sure. It's damn puzzling," the chief said, shaking his head once more. "We need to search the creek. There's not enough of us to protect the town and do the search. We need to get the sheriff involved," Officer Janice said confidently. "No, let's keep this in-house for now. If we let this get away from us, we will end up with a big tangled up mess, people trying to take over," said the chief with a scowl on his face. "The one thing we do not want on our hands is a panic in town. If we can keep calm and focus, the town will stay peaceful and manageable," the chief continued. "We have to keep a lid on this until we know more." "Okay, Chief. What if we got several hunters together and have them take a look around?"
There's more like sightings and stories about whatever this is.
Yeah. Thank you.
This seems so interesting. I would be curious to know if this was a one-off situation or that this happens there a lot. So I'll have to look up this town, and we'll have to do a story time on this maybe.
Yeah, and Supernova, this is a 6-part series, right?
"Picky, but who do you suggest?" said the chief. "Brad Wilson comes to mind. said Janice. Yeah, and Mason Peterson, said Benjamin. Kyle Baker, said Janice. Yep, oh yeah, Harley Jones, said Benjamin. Oh, fuck no, not that fuckhead, said Janice. Why? He's a good hunter and has a lot of military combat experience. He was a freaking ranger, for Christ's sake, said Benjamin. He's too much of a hothead. Plus, rangers aren't all they're cracked up to be, Janice barked. Ha 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 ha. Are you still sore about him kicking the snot out of your brother, Pete? Benjamin laughed. Look, if he's a loose cannon, then he is definitely not what we need out there. Go ahead and pull 4 or 5 together and have them in my office this afternoon, if possible, said the chief. About the same time as Mrs. Donnelly was admitted to the local clinic for emotional distress, Harley was pulling back into the driveway of his farm when one of his farm hands flagged him down about midway down the drive. Hey boss, you need to come see this. I can't make heads or tails of this crap, said Paco. Harley put his truck into park and got out and left it running, then followed his farmhand to the greenhouse, 11. When Harley got there, the door of the greenhouse appeared to have been ripped off the hinges and was flung about 80 feet to the south of the house. On the inside, the production rows were literally picked clean of sweet squash and Asian zucchini. The rows were picked all the way up to about 70 feet on all 4 rows. Harley stood in the main aisle and just was amazed at what he was seeing. There was also a stench he just could not place, some sort of rotten smell and muskiness. What could harvest plants like this? More importantly, what ripped his door off? It just didn't add up. He went outside and started looking for tracks, and he found some that were about 14 inches long and about 4 inches wide, and it appeared that these tracks had toes. And there were several sets of these different sizes, but they all appeared to have entered and left the same direction. Most of them were about 2 inches into the soft dirt, and they looked like human prints, but different. And some of the toes, it looked like they maybe had claws. Hey, Paco, get this door and put it back on first thing, Harley said. He pulled out his phone and started snapping pictures. Just damn strange, he thought. He went back to his truck and drove it onto the house. And after taking his groceries, he went to his gun safe and retrieved his AR-15 and an M4 config .308 caliber and returned to the greenhouse, picked up the trailer tracks, and then followed them through the pasture, and then into the tree line where they began moving through the forest. He found what looked like heavy traveled paths, and as they moved further into the forest, he started getting an uneasy feeling, like he was being watched by something, or it was maybe even tracking him. He cut 90 degrees off the trail to the right and walked at a brisk pace for about 150 feet, and then cut 90 degrees to the right again, so as to put him parallel with the trail, but going in an opposite direction to the trail. He travels about 120 yards, and he hears movement off the trail that he was just on. He stopped, found a vantage point to observe the trail. What he saw almost stopped his breath. He was about 7 feet tall, covered in what looked like thick, bristly hair. He was walking on 2 legs, had a larger chest and arms, and they were so long, its hands appeared to be hanging to its knees. And then he got a clear look at the head of the thing, and his blood ran cold. The head was shaped like a baboon with a snout, and it appeared to have teeth that hung out of its mouth. He walked up past him, and that's when Harley realized that he was upwind of this thing. Not the place he wanted to be. Damn, he thought. Rookie mistake, and he was out of practice. About that time, the creature came to an abrupt stop and raised its head and began to sniff the air with a haste. It turned its head and looked directly at Harley. It let out a scream and roared at him. Harley was so shocked by what he was seeing, he forgot he had a weapon in his hand. Now, here is where years of training and expertise kicked in, and Harley snapped up the weapon, framed the sight picture, and popped off 2 rounds. Both rounds struck the creature's center mass practically directly in the chest. The creature let out a deafening roar, dropping out of his sight. He moved in using a collapsing circle technique. He learned this in ranger school, but by the time he got to the area where the creature had dropped, he was gone, and the stench in the air was overwhelming. The same stench that was in his greenhouse. He had a blood trail to follow. Tracking the trail for about 200 yards, it disappeared at the base of a large tree. He looked up and saw blood on the tree bark about 25 feet up the tree. Harley backed off of the tree quickly and had his sight picture on the canopy of the tree. Fuck, he thought to himself. I don't need this thing coming down on me. It's a climber, and that means it's thinking ambush. He stood still and listened intently. It was quiet, way too quiet. He heard a rustling in the bushes, and it sounded like it was maybe 100 feet behind him, almost like something might have come down out of a tree. He turned but saw nothing. Then a rock, yes, a rock, probably 3, maybe 4 inches, flew by his head. God damn it, he exclaimed. Okay, time to move.
He changed the word.
Harley sprinted 90 degrees to the left for about 150 feet. He heard a noise to his right, and this was a different sound, like heavy footsteps, and the strength of the stench returned. Oh crap, there was 2 of them, he thought. Harley broke out of the undergrowth and bursted into the trail he had came in on, running full out down the trail, in the direction of his farm. He heard a screaming, growling howl that came from his right, but behind him. And when he turned and dropped in a kneeling, unsupported firing position in the middle of the trail, some 3 seconds later, the Gugway ripped into the trail about 40 yards away from Harley. Well, Sergeant P. Mitch Harley Jones, a combat veteran of 3 or many more deployments, made the command decision that probably saved his life. Harley clicked the fire selector switch off, semi-pass safe, and down to an unmarked position. The Gugway took 3 huge steps towards Harley, and they must have covered some 20 feet, when Harley let loose of a fully automatic 10-round burst, 9 rounds striking the Gugway in the chest and abdomen, 1 round sailed past the Gugway's head. The creature was knocked back about 5 to 7 feet and struggled to remain standing. The Gugway then looked up and roared while taking 1 more step forward. Harley flipped the selector switch back to semi and popped off 2 rounds, both striking the creature's head, 1 directly in the right eye and the other in the left cheek. And he could see the blood fog appear behind the Gugway's head, and the creature collapsed onto the trail floor. Harley stood up slowly. He observed no movement in the creature. Damn hard to kill, he exclaimed to himself, and the forester fell silent. Some 25 to 30 seconds went by, and then a scream and a howl that sounded like it came from the direction he was facing, but at a distance of 1,000 feet or so. However, the power in this vocalization was tremendous. It shook his insides and made his fear level rise, if that was even damn possible. There was a bigger one, he thought while wiping a sweat from his face. And then he noticed a shadow moving over him as something moved through the tree branches above him. He turned and ran 90 degrees to his left through the undergrowth and thorn bushes. He needed to gain distance and a perpendicular orientation, and when he was about 250 feet, he stopped to catch his breath. Damn, I should have kept up with my running. Sergeant Major Emerson would be kicking my ass right now, he lamented. As he was looking into the tree canopy, he noticed one of these creatures moving through the branches, just like monkeys do. Just, it was not a monkey. It seemed to be looking for him. It must have lost track of him when he bolted. Harley moved slowly and quietly to a position that would give him an unobstructed shot should it move to him. I can't spend a lot of time here. There is another one of these fucks running around. Or at least one, he thought as he continued to watch this abomination of nature. Once in position, he whistled at the creature. It locked onto him and began to move to him, and as it approached the area of his sight picture, Harley flipped the selector switch back to unmarked position. The weapon barked another 10-round burst. 6 rounds hit the creature in the arms, legs, and neck. The round struck the creature as it was in midair in between the trees. The creature fell from about 110 feet and hit limbs and branches as it impacted onto the ground with a large thud. The sound of the other Gugway was getting louder as it moved through the undergrowth, and the odor was more prominent. Harley pulled the magazine from the weapon and saw he had 3 rounds left of the mag and 1 in a pipe. Fuck, he said out loud. He had no other magazines. Time
He
to
said
go,
it out loud.
he said to himself.
He said the F word out loud, too.
Yeah, he sure did.
love the narration on this whole thing.
He had also changed it up, and he had said GD.
Yeah, yeah. He said H for hell, and then like one sentence later, he said the word hell. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with him?
Kristen Berg, how are you doing? And Hooking Good Creations by
Hi,
Tina.
Tina. Hi, Kristen. I wish I had $1 for every time he cursed. It's a true story.
Me too.
Made his way through the undergrowth paralleling the original trail, while staying off the trail about 300 feet or so. He did not hear the other creature move any closer or ever giving any indication that it was following him. Harley broke out of the tree line at his farm and immediately saw Paco and Jim standing like within 10 feet of that tree line. Paco asked, "What the fuck happened?" He heard gunfire, and a lot of it. Harley, in an excited and commanding tone, told them to back away from the tree line and get their rifles and anything else from their bunkhouse. They are staying in the main house. We're not sleeping separate tonight. As they were walking back to the greenhouses, which were at least 120 feet from the tree line, Harley kept turning around, watching the tree line. It was about 3 hours until nightfall. "We have some work ahead of us," Harley stated. Paco kept asking, "What's wrong?" And Harley said, "Monsters are real, Paco. They are real." Meanwhile, back at the police station, Officer Janice and Benjamin were assembling the hunters for a recon and search of the creek area southeast of Mr. Thompson's shed. The search team consisted of Brad Wilson, 23, Mason Peterson, 28, Carl Baker, 27, and Chris Taylor, 29, all long-time hunters. None were military veterans, and all less than 30 years old. None had ever been on any search operation or anything close. After a 20-minute briefing by the chief, he arranges for Officer Janice to escort them to the shed location in the park, and then he cuts them loose, tells them that they just have to call him on his cell phone if they find anything or need to be picked up and driven out. He'll come and get them. Dressed in their hunter's camouflage, waterproof waders, flashlights, chem sticks and hunting rifles, and knives as weapons, they cross the fence and work their way down to the stream floor. As they begin walking east-southeast, they notice what could be tracks, but mostly they're bullshitting with each other and not paying attention to anything. They see this as an easy $300 apiece. In life, nothing is easy, except how death arrives.
Ooh.
Wow.
Great story.
That is a great story.
He said there's 6 parts. Like we could play one every week, or I was thinking to streamline the story and tell it in my way, a shorter kind of unswearing version. Man, because he just was letting loose. I was like, damn, I thought I cursed a lot.
Yeah, he was making up for lost time. I mean, ooh.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I can curse here. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. He was just throwing them F-bombs. Whoo. F this, F that, and F head. And
I mean, if I told those things, I'd probably be cursing too, but you could leave it out of the story on the retell, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd be cursing.
Christine, thanks for showing us that, Supernova.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And if
showing
you guys want to see, you know, the other parts, let us know after we read our Reddit. We usually have time. We could always play the second part every week. We could play a part.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know and we'll do a part 2. But we
You
also
know.
want to make sure that we didn't get copyright.
Yes. No, I don't think so because we were talking through it. We stopped it. I
Right.
don't know that there was no music. There was no like pictures and like it was a
Right.
picture that he made. It was an AI picture. So I think we're okay because I don't think his voice is copyrighted.
Right. Yeah, so
You
I'm
know.
gonna put on my end, I'm gonna put reaction just in case.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put reaction. So
Hmm.
yeah, just to play it safe. But thanks for showing us that. And yeah, we
Yeah,
could
that was
do.
a good story.
Yeah, we could do a part two.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. I mean, usually YouTube will tell you if you're, if you're playing something that's
Right.
copyrighted. But
Mhm. We'll find out.
yeah, well, I'll just go into my studio. It should tell me.
Yep, that's
It will
true.
tell me. It will yell at me. It knows.
Yeah, you don't need a lot of the conversation bits. This could be a way to get the facts of the story and then look into it from a different people's accounts. Yeah,
Right, right.
that's why I didn't know you could play it. Hey, we take a chance. That's all we could do. We chance it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're both adult channels, so yeah, the cursing shouldn't bother it at all. It would
Right.
be,
Right.
it would just be his content. But like I said, it was really like a just his own picture, like a picture he made. So I think it should be fine.
Yeah, it should be
Like
fun.
even when we play the ghost stuff and we do the reactions,
Right.
the only one I ever got copyrighted on was that one where I guess because they copyrighted their ghost material, which, I never, why not? You don't want people stealing your stuff. So
True.
they copyrighted their capture. And they were like, what do you want to do? Do you want to demonetize it or whatever? I'm like, just take that part out. It was a live stream. Nobody's going to go, when you go back and watch it, if that part is out,
Yeah.
who cares? You know?
And see here. So no money lost.
Yeah, no money lost because it's just going to be a little shorter, the live stream. Even if they watch it back, it's
Right.
fine. So because I took it out, it was fine. They kept it up monetized. I just said cut that part out,
Right.
and it's
Hello.
fine.
Hey,
It was
how you
just
doing?
that little. Hi, Jason. How are you, darling? You missed all the good stuff.
Yes, you sure did.
We
We
had a
don't.
lot of good stories today.
Yeah, we don't mind you rewatching. We don't mind it.
Oh yeah, you can rewatch. It's on both channels for you guys.
Yep, sure is. Pick your poison. Not saying we're poison.
Yeah. I got this new LED bulb. I put a little one, the littlest kind they had. But
Mhm.
man, you leave it on, I'm sweating. I'm getting a suntan. Like this shit is crazy.
You can sit in your room and get a tan. Get one.
Yeah, basically, I'm like sweating. I'm like, damn, I should wear my bikini. The hell, and I hardly have no clothes on as it is.
I see. Hey, you in your house, so it don't matter
Yeah,
what.
that's right. And you guys can only see this part of me, so it's okay. That I got my little tiny shorty set on. I don't care. You can't see me.
Wow. So yeah, this was a good one tonight. This really
Yeah,
was. Those Reddits are really good. Super
I
Snow.
love, and every day there's new ones, so it's so much fun. Like I said, don't forget to check out. Um, I might even try to edit Sunday and put in some of the other stories that we read. We'll see.
Hmm.
But I did edit Sundays. I put it up there with 2 extra stories and some of my own pictures. So definitely check out my Sinister Sunday when it comes out. I'd appreciate it. Although those Sinister Sundays, when we're reading Reddit, gets a lot of views.
Yeah.
People love Reddit, whether it's the relationship or the paranormal.
Right.
Um, so yeah, because
And
it's people don't sometimes they don't want to read through all those stories. They rather you read it to them while they're like, and I like that too. I'd rather somebody read the stories while I'm like cooking or washing the floor, so I don't have to sit there and read it. So I understand.
and Boomer wanted to know if you still have X.
Do I still have X? Um, I don't know. I'm sure I could just type it in, right?
Now I'll tell you now. Probably my by December of this year, I'm possibly gonna get rid of X because
I
there.
don't I don't use it at all, but I think if you just type it in and sign in, then I can
Yeah,
get
it's just
my messages.
there's just I'm seeing a lot of bad stuff on X now that I don't
Oh,
care to see.
it's all crap since what's his name took it over. That's why I don't go on it. But um,
So
I
yeah,
don't want 50% off nothing because I'm.
I just had to do without. I really don't
Yeah,
even go on X that much anymore unless I'm promoting somebody's video. Other than that, I don't scroll to read nothing. I just, I can do without it because I couldn't understand why I would get these like single ladies trying to hook up and all this stuff.
oh yeah, no, it's
Even
good.
though I know that they're bots, it's like the bots should be trained to look at profiles. And when you see a family on a profile, why would you want to send something about a single lady?
Yeah, yeah. So you can send it. I opened up X. I logged in. I don't have it downloaded, but you could just type it in the chat, in the Google, and it will open it up. So you can send it there because you don't have Messenger, so send it there.
Right.
Otherwise, I would have made you send it to Eddie, and Eddie could have sent it to me if push comes to shove. But yeah, no, I have it. I can open it. So,
I only use it for messaging purposes only.
yeah.
XDMs at dumb.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to have it, so we can share when it was Twitter. A lot of
Hmm.
people had Twitter, and we used to share, like, come and see us live on YouTube and stuff. That was the only thing I really ever used it for. Now I don't even use it for that because I'm like, I don't want people from there coming. I just share it on Facebook and
Right.
and some
So,
of my groups on Messenger. That's it.
so yeah, those were some great stories. Those were
Yeah,
some great stories.
had some good pictures and all sorts of stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Sure did.
I gotta, you can also, what I was thinking you could do is you can pick the stories yourself on r/paranormal. I'll send you the link, and you can pick a story you want and read it, do the voiceover, and I'll put it in the video.
Okay. I'll keep
And
that in.
then, and then you don't have to read it and squint and all this crazy stuff on it. If, if you want to do that, we could do that.
I like those ones where they misspell and all that, and I read them as they sound. You know.
Yeah, but then sometimes you can't understand what the freak
Yeah,
you're
because yeah,
or you
because
can't follow the story if it's too crazy. Which is why I like to read them first, and if there's misspellings, I read ahead a little while I'm reading, and then just fix it myself.
I be
But
seeing, I be watching my IQ get smaller and smaller. It's like wow. Boomer said, "Hang on a minute."
hang on, hang on to what?
The ceiling. Oh, what a feeling. Christina
When
dancing
you're
on
dancing on
the
the ceiling. Oh no, you
ceiling.
guys don't want me to sing.
Yeah.
You be losing all your subscribers if I start singing. No, we're not doing that.
Huh? Center link on X. Oh, he wants Boomer. He wants her to send Boomer a link. Oh, he's gonna send her a link. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's right,
I
Lionel
can
Richie.
I can see it in the stream. Lionel Richie, that's right.
That's right, Lionel Richie. Oh, what a feeling! Cause I'm dancing on the ceiling. You love Lionel? Hey, he loves you too. Hello, Is it me you're looking for? Huh?
You know who I used to like to Billy Ocean. He was
Caribbean.
right around the time of Lionel Richie.
Yep. Now we're sharing the same dream and our hearts beat. Oh, I skipped this. I messed the song up already. Shire Ghost, how are you doing?
Hey Shire, how are you, sweetheart?
Has this worked? Am I Shire again? That
You
depends.
are Shire again. You are Shire Ghost. Yes, you are.
That depends. Where were you on the night of the 12th? I'm setting up a new Facebook chat. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Jump in my car. Yeah. Get into my car. Billy, I love Billy Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, life has new meaning to me.
Yeah.
I love Billy Ocean. And he's still performing today.
Yep.
He is still performing today, even though you don't see
You know
him.
who else I used to love until I saw him? Funny enough, I used to love Richard Marx, right? And then I like to watch like The Voice and stuff. And I saw him on The Voice,
Uh-huh.
and his attitude kind of didn't go with his music, and I was like, I don't know if I like him or not. Like it was just he had a weird dynamic to him, and I'm like,
You know who else I used to like? What's his name? Is it Chris Isaac? The one that did the song "Never Gonna Give You Up." Oh no, that's
Never
Rick.
gonna give you up, never gonna let you down,
I
never
used
gonna run around and hurt you.
I used to every time that song comes on our Sirius XM, I would change the words because when me and Jen driving, I'll say first I'm gonna give you up, then I'm gonna let you down. Change it all up. Jen looked over at me one day when I was singing, and she was like, "Somebody really had to do something wrong for him to do all that to her." Then I'm gonna make you cry. Then I'm gonna say goodbye. Then I'm gonna turn around and hurt you.
The one by the police, yeah, my mother loved Sting. She loved the police.
Oh
That's
yeah.
all she listened to in the car for like 10 years. And then she started liking Spanish music, and then all I heard was Alejandro Fernandez after that. But so she was either playing Sting or she was either playing the police, Sting by himself, or Alejandro Fernandez. I was like, oh
Hey,
Lord.
you know what? Shire goes. Your last numbers brought a song to mind. UB40. Remember UB40? Red,
Oh yeah,
red
that was a good one.
line. I used to love that song. That song still comes on by UB40.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, another hit they had though was "Falling in Love with You" by Elvis. They had redid that.
Oh yeah.
Wise men say only fools rush in. Man, he loves that song. When John would sing that, remember John the paranormal guy? When John,
Yes.
when he was living with us and he would play that on his guitar, that was Manny's song. Manny loves Elvis because of John.
So every time he hears
Uh-huh.
Yeah, every time he hears an Elvis song, he look over at me and goes, "John."
I don't know.
Look for on
I
Facebook.
Oh, Shire, I put in that video link. Um, it's actually a song I wrote for Carl, and at the end, like a tribute song to him. And at the end, it actually has his voice because he used to leave me like little voice notes on Messenger, and it's really nice if you want to listen to it. You could hear his actual voice.
I did that with Ghost Mafia when I did that tribute to Ghost Mafia. At the end of the
Mm,
video, I added his voice on there and his
yeah,
video. I did that to Ghost Mafia. Shout out to Ghost Mafia. Miss you, bro. Miss you. Chris
yeah.
Isaac. Yep. I remember Chris Isaac. Man, 80s is. As a matter of fact, the song I did for Monday is set in the 80s. You know, with the
Oh
today.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You said. I
Yeah.
actually ended up with two songs. Um, I actually finished them, wrote them, and did the video. So I did one off of one of my poems, and I actually did one that was about the rain. Because if you were not on Eddie's on Monday and you do music, we have a challenge to write a song with rain in it somewhere. The title, all about rain, just a line about rain, whatever you want. Make a song, bring it over to Eddie's on Monday. Are you doing 2 o'clock or are you doing 7?
On Monday, 1 o'clock.
Oh yeah, so 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep. Which is 2 p.m. Up north. 1 o'clock
Yeah,
down here in the Midwest.
yeah.
And we have fun too. So now next week though, we gotta pick somebody else, Christina, to do next
Oh,
week.
you're gonna have to have Tired do the next one.
That's it. That's who it'll be. It'll be tired this time. As a matter of
Yeah,
fact, remind me to go down this road. It's gonna be we'll go tired, then we'll go
yeah,
red,
yeah.
then we'll go supernova,
Hmm.
and I'm hoping Becky Bangtan comes back because now I would like Becky next.
Oh yeah, Becky. Yeah. Oh, she always comes in. I'm sure she'll come.
So
Um.
and then Boomer be number 5. So that'll round out the 5. There's 5 weeks right there.
Yeah. There you go.
Come on, Eileen. Oh, I swear. I used to love that song too. I used to love
Mhm.
that. And then you know what? That's the only album they did, and then they had disbanded.
Yeah.
They were called Dixie's Midnight Runners, I believe. And then there's
Yeah.
another
That's
group.
what the Pretenders and Dex Midnight Runners. Yeah.
Yep, and then another group I used to like from the UK. They came out in 1984. They were called the Style Council, and they did a song called "My Ever Changing Moods," and that is one of my. I still play that song today. One of my favorite songs. Peter Weller. I met him, um, and I had a chance to work with him. Super, super nice guy over in the UK. Super nice guy, and but that's my favorite song. Yeah, see, Dixie's Midnight Runners. Yes.
That's
And,
like I remember I used to work at FAO Sports in Manhattan, and I was like 17 and 18 when I was working there. Well, I
mhm.
started at yeah, I think I started at 16 and worked until I was like 18 or 19. But anyway, um, I was always having my headphones when I was cleaning after, and somebody was like, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "Air Supply." I used to love me some Air Supply.
I did too. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I, my music range, it goes all over the place. And it's obvious. You name
Yeah.
us an artist, I know who they are. I go all over the place.
Oh
Steve
yeah.
Steve Perry, that's another good artist. When
Yeah.
he actually got better when he was solo.
Hmm.
But I do love that song they did what he did with Journey though, Open Arms. I do love
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
But he
But
did
I tell you, like, yeah, people used to laugh at me because, like I said, I was young and I was listening to Air Supply and Firehouse. You remember
I know
Firehouse?
Firehouse. Yep, I sure
Oh
do.
yeah, I love them.
And Fine Young Cannibals,
Fine Young Cannibals. Yeah,
London Beat.
I
I've been.
I wasn't big on them. I listened to the Blue Oyster Cult. I used
Yep,
to
I
like
listened
them.
to Blue Coat. I remember them. I remember Moody Blues. You
Hey
know,
Danny, how are you? How was your nap?
hey Danny.
We had
Man,
some great paranormal Reddit. Oh, you missed it. The stories were great today.
they sure were. They
Sorry,
were
I'm
good.
just trying to lay back a little.
That is my. That's a good song, Patty. Still they ride. Yes, that is a good song. Man, I could. We could talk 70s and 80s all day long,
Oh yeah.
but unfortunately, we have a little bit of time left, and I got to celebrate my son's birthday.
Oh yeah. What are you doing for the birthday?
Well, that's why he's
Are
sitting
you
there.
waiting for Desi to come home from work? Is that what's going on?
Oh no, we got a special treat for him tomorrow because he's got practice at the Special Olympic for the bowling practice. But while they're there,
Oh, you're having his party there. Oh, I got you.
having a party right there.
Oh, that's nice. So tonight you're really just having like a dinner or something.
Family tonight,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow, Des is going to be there, and then all of us. Jen though will be home.
Yeah, she can't go out. Oh, I'm
Sure.
sorry, Jen.
Yeah, she's grounded.
Yeah, but you know what? She gets a break to sit and relax. So kudos to her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can speak to
that
me.
very rarely happens, I'm sure.
That's true because we hardly ever, we're always together. This will be the
Yeah.
one time that it's me and the kids and no mom.
Yeah,
And and the
no.
funny thing is, I know what Manny's going to do when he sees that mom's not sitting there. Mommy, I'm gonna hear that constantly. Mommy, mommy.
Oh, it played
Good.
when you're. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your brother. Yeah, I that was their best song, really. You know
Yeah, that was the
that,
best.
and there was another song now I forget the name, but it was on that same album. Like that was the best album. There was that song and one other song on that album. Really good.
So, yeah, I was trying to think of the other song they did because I like that one too. But there was another song they did that was a hit that I really liked by Bush. And it's just on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it right now because I don't know why I was thinking of Steve Miller Band. That's another one
Uh,
I like.
oh, Shire said I had a Mandela effect moment because I thought Terrence Trent,
Darby.
um, Darby, okay, had passed away in the 90s in a motel, but he popped up a year ago and freaked me out.
Yeah, because he doesn't go by that name no more. He has a different name. He actually has a documentary. It's on here on YouTube. You should watch it. And he tells why he changed his name and why he changed his style. It's because to make a long story short, the record company tried to make him more like Prince, and he didn't want to be
Mm.
like because he
Yeah, he
was
wanted to have his own style.
yeah because he was like Prince.
Jason, much love to you, darling.
Have a great night, bro.
Thank you for coming in, honey.
So yeah, that's the story about Terrence Trent D'Arby. Uh, the record company wanted him to be like Prince, and he said no, and he canceled his own contract because I don't blame him. Why try to imitate somebody else? That's not what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, he changed his name and then came back out and changed his style. So that's the story. Yeah, he's still around and he's still singing.
Oh, do you have Messenger? I'm over here. I sent you a Twitter, but okay. Let's see. Do you have the same one you used to have? We're just chitty chatting, Jason.
So
Like, is this one you with this picture?
that's Jen's picture.
Yeah, stop. Good night, everyone. Much love to you. Thank you
Patrazi,
so much for hanging out with us.
yeah, thank you so much for coming and have a great night, Patrazi.
Yeah, and we will see you somewhere around the tubes, but definitely go by and see Eddie on Monday, and
Yep, definitely come
uh,
by and see us on
2
Monday.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh yeah, so that's you. That picture. I think that's him.
Well, that's gonna do it for me.
Yes, and Boomer, put in your channel link. Boomer is gonna go live in just a little bit, and we're gonna go hang out over there. So I'll be there, and I sent you a message, Boomer. So I'll be there, and I'm sure we'll be talking. What are we talking? Paranormal or just hang out? We'll be doing something fun. So if you're not ready to leave, go by and check Boomer D's channel out. If you don't have his link, you know, um, he's there in Eddie's chat. I could probably get his link for his channel
Yeah,
and put it in my chat as well.
this morning, Boomer asked me if I wanted a link. I told him no. I had 2 sausage patties this morning. Besides, I was working anyway. I was sitting in my car waiting on runs. Oh, Tamara, thank you so very much for coming in. We hope that we see you Monday. We
Thank you so much, honey.
and we hope we see you again um, Wednesday and Thursday of next week, God's will.
Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we'll be there. Yes.
And Jason says, "Happy birthday, Manny."
Aw.
He's clapping.
Okay. So there you go. So there's Boomer's channel. So go by there and check it out. And if you do not have him,
Yes, and he will be doing some music. And he's got
yay! Yeah, he does his music. So
he's, he's got some good jams.
he really does. Um, so we're gonna see you Monday. Don't forget it's rain. The That's what it is. Set up by Danny. And thank you so much for joining me and reading Reddit with me again today.
That's my pleasure. You know, all you
He was waiting, and I'm like, I'm talking to you.
yeah, I spaced out for a second. I don't even know why. I straight spaced out. You think I was high? Maybe I am.
Thank you, Evie.
Thank
High
you.
off that potato soup. But thank you so much. And if you guys weren't here in the beginning and missed some of the stories, they were really, really good today. So check them out. There was pictures and all sorts of things.
Yeah. Make you wonder
So,
how did
yeah.
you get all that stuff on? No,
Huh?
nothing. I said nothing.
Eddie was being funny again, and I missed it. Oh well. Anyway, I am going to
The bathroom.
shut this down. Happy birthday again to Manny.
Yep.
Prayers again to little Patty. I'm so sorry and condolences to you. And you will be in our prayers and your sister too for a happy Passover. And yeah, and we'll see you guys soon, and hopefully we'll see you over at Boomers.
Yep. See you on the flip side. Well, I'll try to come in because I'm gonna sit with the family. I've been working all day. I want to
Yeah, because it's Manny's birthday.
So, it went dark. I
It
can't
went
see
dark.
Oh, no, it's light. I thought maybe it was me.
Bye.
Now it's dark again. Look at that meteor. Oh my God.
Oh my God, we're
Oh, is that my shoe?
Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. We are so glad you came. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Is everyone gone? Huh? Good. Oh my gosh, my cheeks are killing me. I can't keep smiling like this anymore. I'm exhausted.